Aquilari's tracks, Twy Guys should be the favorite.
Yeah, Twy Guy's tournament. His tournament best here is 9 seconds faster than Zelascelar's, so definite favorite, I would say.
I wonder if we will see something like Sunken City as a permaban.
Yeah, I wouldn't complain about it. I'm not a fan of Sunken City myself. Yeah, but you can see both of them very even. Zelascelar didn't bonk on figure 8.
Very close laps.
Yeah. Got a 0.4 difference. And Twy Guy holding the long boost, that's very difficult.
And the figure 8 again. A lot comes down to this.
Yeah, Twy Guy had a bit of a scrape again. So it looks like Zelascelar's coming out on top. Yeah, and you can see Zelascelar, he boosted down the hill near the beginning of that lap, which meant that he couldn't boost as much up the hill. It would have been more better for sure.
The terrain actually influences the Podracer in this game.
Yeah, and you can see like just from that, Twy Guy's kind of slightly ahead, it looks like.
Very close, but Twy Guy
close.
takes it with a 241, 357.
Yeah, 3/10. That was real close. Alright, so we got our global bans. Starting up now. Zelascelar banning Mongaza Speedway. And Twy Guy banning Winter Classic. We got Vengeance. Pretty standard. Vengeance is a really difficult track. It's really like a specialist track.
And Grapevine.
Very standard. Yeah, this Grapevine ban is kind of interesting because Twy Guy was practicing Fire Mountain Rally like just before the tournament. They're quite similar.
No bullseye.
Yeah, that's fair. Twy Guy's a bullseye guy.
Oh, do we get Abyss as a temp ban? That's usually one of the permats.
Alright, looks like we're going to Scrapper's run. Just keeping it simple. Just looking for long boosts and good fundamentals, not crashing on the death wall.
I just wanted to say that.
Yeah, so there is one like really long part of this track, and most of it is right at the start. Just up this long winding hill. So you want to hold the boost as long as possible here. It's a bit harder than it looks because you can fall off, but you know, if you can hit that, you're off to a good start. So we'll see how they do. Yeah, do I go scrape? So Zelascelar is a bit ahead just because he boosted that little bit more. They both live. Zelascelar does look a lot more prepared just from that first lap. Like all his boosts have been like slightly longer. You know, he's taking the corners pretty safely as well.
The guy touches the death wall, but nothing happens. Zelascelar with a clear lead.
One thing Zelascelar did at the end of that lap was he cut the boost at the jump and just
And not
aimed
death
to-
wall got him.
It's so unfortunate. He was actually doing so well. But yeah, as I was saying, he cut the boost, so he ended his jump like really quickly, so he could make that really long boost even longer. It's slightly more ideal. Unfortunately, doesn't look like it's gonna matter.
Barely a sub 2 from the guy. So really, Zelascelar had the better boosting, but with the death.
That was so unfortunate, man.
So it's 2-0 for the guy.
Oh, looks like we're going to Fire Mountain Rally.
Ben is
Yes.
banned, but they're not going to use him anyway, so we'll
No,
just see a bullseye mirror.
You don't want to see Ben here.
This is the longest track in the game. And I bet many people didn't even get to see it because they couldn't get past the other Barunda track of Galactic Circuit, this grapevine.
Yeah, Grapevine is a crazy track. It's very difficult. And Dwyguy was actually practicing this just before the match, as I mentioned. Looks like it's showing so far. Looks like it's paying off a bit.
He hasn't played it yet in the tournament, at least based on the stats I have. Both of them, actually.
Yeah. This is actually like a really unusual pick, because it's usually just banned straight up.
Now that can also be a strategy to force your opponent to play it. You practiced
Yeah.
it.
Just make them play somewhere they're not prepared for. And Dwight actually did die, so...
So many ways to die in this long track and another one.
Yeah, I mean, this is a really long track. That's by no means like a guaranteed win. Even if Zelascelar keeps it clean, but I mean, it's a very clear advantage.
You
so
play
far.
Bullseye, he's so fragile as you can see.
Yeah. So about a 5-second difference. It's about to be expected from a 2-1 death ratio. Yeah, and this part is why you can't use Ben here. Like, you can see even Bullseye has to break, which is crazy. Like, Bullseye's got so much better handling than everyone else.
Like these turns and the swamp in Grappline are maybe the hardest turns to learn.
Yeah, for sure. They're one of the like the rare parts of the game where you really do have to break. You can't just like slide better or, you know, approach it better. You just have to break. And yeah, it takes some getting used to. Ooh, Zelascelar missing that little shortcut.
Try guys slowing down a lot to get. That shortcut section, it's not easy, but I still say it's easier than doing it in Grappline. The left 2 shortcut.
Oh yeah.
The thing is, in Grappline you have to have that entire desert, or whatever it is, section just backwards. Or yeah, maybe this one has it backwards, who knows.
Well, it'd be this one, right? Because this one comes second.
Yeah.
But I mean, who knows? We can't read the minds of the developers, so... Yeah, I think it's worth noting that neither of them died in the second lap at all, which is pretty exceptional.
Or if you would let the chat choose what they have to play. Oh god, we would see so much Grappline with no upgrades, bowls. And not everyone is Cobalt ready to do that.
Oh, that'd make it so much harder. You just have to be prepared for anything.
And that's actually what I was talking about. Cobalt was the champ of this game for a long time. She famously got the no upgrades record for Grappline Gateway with using bowls Lure.
547 from Zelascelar, he's taken it. He actually built
2-1.
Yeah. He actually built a bit more of a lead after they both stopped dying, so good stuff.
Okay, no Endoprime Centrum, no Quadineros. I'm playing Andobi Mountain Run. So what will they?
Yeah.
What pod will they pick?
That's it. I mean, bowls is the pick if you can do it.
If you can do it.
Yeah, very risky. The canyon is not to be underestimated. But I think, in my opinion anyway, the safe good pick would be Mars.
Zelascelar going with Mars.
Yeah, and Dwayne going bullseye, no surprises.
So Mars is such a good combination of high speed but also good controls. The main problem with him is his enormous size. He has the biggest character model in the game.
If you're used to other pods, it's very easy to just, turn slightly too tightly with Mars and just die, where you actually would have made it with anyone else.
I remember that I used to play Mars a lot when I had this as a kid, so I knew what was good even back then.
I mean, Mars is good, man. He's got a cool looking pod as well. It's just not big.
Really one of those games where even casuals discover that what are the good Podracers. Not like some other games I'm on.
Alright, we're coming up on that canyon.
Mars has a bit of a harder time than Bullseye.
Yeah, just a bit. It's actually not too bad with Mars. As long as you account for his size. The mobility is pretty much fine. Yeah, you can see they both made it through pretty clean.
Now what's will the 10th entry look like? Very clean for both.
Yeah, both of them very good.
Why would you want to choose Mars? It's just technically, if you can't play Ben, you'd use Podracer, but Podracer takes a lot of practice. So yeah, Mars is then the one, maybe the next best choice.
Yeah, Mars is the next best choice. That's like in that like vein of pod, like the big long boosters.
This has some turns, some tricky sections, but also a lot of boosting.
Yeah. What we really want to, what Zelascelar really wants right now is to beat Dwayne to the canyon, because that's where his advantage ends for the character.
Zelascelar gets a bunk.
A bit unfortunate.
He has to be careful with his left engine. Repairing will waste a lot of time.
I mean, he did actually beat him to the canyon slightly, but Bullseye's just too good in those mobility-based sections.
Yeah, if you play Bullseye on a track that isn't Grapevine or Fire Mountain Rally, you're really just going for consistency.
Yeah, I find that to be like a bit counterintuitive because he's so fragile. But, it's true. He can just kind of like adjust really easily.
Yeah, obviously it backfires if you die once. Special in some way where another character would have survived.
Yeah, wow. You know, Zelascelar is like actually really ahead here, so if he keeps it together, he might have it. Yeah, not bad. Ooh, he might have
Oh,
it.
this is close.
He has a better boost.
And
4
408, 719 for the Y guy.
40966. Ah, unfortunate. Very.
Unlucky. But the Y guy has that consistency.
Looks like we're going to Death Row's Revenge.
Those races, they're all really close.
Yeah.
No
Do I
Ben Death Rows.
Guy banning Abyss? It seems like Zelascelar just really likes Autobana. Do I guy knows it.
So they should really go for bowls here.
Yeah, there's really no reason to not go balls. From a strategic point of view, at least.
Oh, is the Y guy really using bullseye?
It seems like it. Yeah, there's nothing like too technical about this track. So balls definitely is the strong pick here, like, and it's not
Well, if you
really
go
a
for
matter of
IL
consistency.
strats here, it becomes ridiculous.
Oh, with the jump. Yeah, I don't know if we'll be seeing the IL strats in this race with balls.
You can really just look at the speed difference here between the characters on straights. See why Bubbles has such an advantage.
Yeah, balls breaking 1,000. Bullseye barely hitting 930.
But then again, you saw that bonk by Zelascelar.
But Zelascelar holding the long boost. That was very good. Yeah, and suddenly he's ahead. Balls is just so fast. If he keeps it clean, you know, it shouldn't be a problem.
That's the jump. Nice 44 lap.
Yeah, good stuff. 2-second difference on that lap alone. It's the power of balls, man. Yeah, Zelascelar getting a bit adventurous with his boosts. Technically, he does have the heat to play with, but
217 by Zelascelar taking this track. No out of bounds finish, actually.
yeah, not too surprising, but would have been nice to see.
No Ben. No Sepulva's Legacy. We're
Getting
playing.
Bumpy's breakers.
Yeah. Aquilaris. Yeah, I knew
Yeah,
like
this
I would
is
like
actually a
this.
This is actually a really fun track though. I like it.
They could use bowls here too.
Yeah. I reckon Balls is the pick.
You have some tough hairpins to get past, but also some straights to make up for it.
Yeah, it takes a lot of preparation to use Balls here, but you know, definitely can make it work.
Oh, they're both using bullseye.
Whoa. Alright, fair enough.
Ooh, that's a really unfortunate death by Zelascelar.
Yeah, it looks like there's a lot of space here, and I mean there is, but for some reason it's very easy to die if you touch anything in the hairpin section.
Yeah, you talked about dying and see what happened.
Another death. It's really unfortunate.
Let's see how Toy Guy does with the shortcut. Clean.
Yeah, that was really good. Took it a bit slow, but you know, can't blame him.
Zelascelar hit the wall and decided to go around this thing. That wastes a lot of time. But at least he had some good reaction to it. Like, a lot of people get confused about what they should do when failing the shortcut.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, Zelascelar definitely not looking quite as prepared. He's had a couple of engine fires as well.
Yeah, I'm actually surprised that Zelascelar didn't permaban some of my Aquilaris tracks. I knew the guy would pick them.
Yeah, Dwy Guy's picked this track in particular quite a few times actually. I don't know, maybe he just thought it was, you know, it'd be fine. Dwy Guy coming up on the shortcut again. Yeah, very good.
Loses some speed, but still gets it. It's just the most important part here in a race setting.
Yeah, I mean, even if you lose a bunch of speed, it's still better than, well, dying obviously, or even just taking the longer shortcut.
If you look at someone doing the shortcut, as a rule of thumb, just check if they ever fall below 600. If they don't, it's good.
And Dwy Guy's just running away with it.
It's a strong race from him.
Yeah, he's really keeping it like safe and consistent. It's certainly possible to boost a lot more on the hairpins than he is, but you know, in this kind of setting, you really want to go for consistency.
If you wanted to beat a consistent bullseye player here, then practice this track with bowls. I've seen some races in this tournament where bowls players beat bullseye players with deaths just because of his top speed.
Zelascelar opting out of the shortcut again.
Oh, it's definitely not worth it to just, die to cool down. If you plan your boosting correctly, that should not be an issue. Dwyguy barely getting a sub 5 here.
Not too shabby.
And he's already at match point.
I mean, Zelascelar wasn't too far behind, though, considering he died a bunch of times.
But to come back to the question, sometimes when you take a lot of damage on both your engines, maybe you're doing Fire Mountain Rally and you keep repairing them, in the end it would have been faster to just take the death early on than waste all the time keeping yourself alive.
Yeah. I mean, you already have to be in a pretty bad spot for that to be under consideration, though.
I've got even then, if you're at super destroyed engines, technically you'd still be faster to just finish the race and never take damage again from that point on. I play another racing game where you actually reset yourself on purpose all the time to abuse the checkpoints.
So it looks like Zelascelar's banned Bullseye for the next track. And Dwyguy banning Abyss, yeah. And we're just waiting a bit. Zelascelar with a bit of a technical difficulty. Looks like we're going to Executioner. Executioner, no Bullseye. So probably see a Ben Mirror here. In all likelihood. Yeah, and you can see Dwyguy employing the services of Toy Damper to clear a rock or two for him. Make the tubes a little bit more safe on second and third lap.
Oh yeah, the world famous Uwu tubes. But Executioner has probably the easiest of them. And they will not even do the very first one.
Oh wow, Zelascelar clipped something and died. That's really unfortunate.
It's not a good start for match point for his opponent.
No, definitely not. But I mean, this is a dangerous track all around, so that's by no means over. Dwaigai in clean. Didn't even do the wall jump. That's pretty crazy.
Both of them, actually.
Yeah.
Not like I also took it there.
Yeah, you can see just a dangerous track. Zelascelar made it through pretty well though.
So 2 deaths, 1 from each player, so pretty even.
Pretty even. Zelascelar is a bit behind, but he has a bit more heat. Or at least he did at the start of the lap. This is really interesting. I've never seen this strat before. Yeah, unfortunately, Dwaigai dying on the same rock, I believe. So, you know, despite the really early death, suddenly Zelascelar is ahead.
But he doesn't know that. All he knows that is that he had an early death.
Yeah, definitely true. But, you know, Dwaigai knows that he has died twice, so it's entirely possible they just both think they're behind.
And Zelascelar has to go all in anyway.
Yeah, for sure. It's match point. And he's got 2 more match points if he keeps winning.
This tube killed Twiga in every lap. It's just surprising since Twiga got a pretty good time here in the tournament. 401.
It's looking like Zelascelar is gonna take it. The last tube doesn't really have anything that can kill you.
Zelascelar takes it. 407, 307. For once, he got lucky.
Yeah, Dwaigai only like 2 seconds behind, which kind of indicates that he played it a bit better outside of the deaths. Obviously, deaths are the worst kind of mistake you can make. I mean, it's not over. Zelascelar still has 2 more matches to win if he's gonna win, and he has to win them both in a row. 2 more matches to win if he's gonna win, and he has to win them both in a row. 2 more matches to win if he's gonna win, and he has to win them both in a row. 2 more matches to win if he's gonna win, and he has to win them both in a row. 2 more matches to win if he's gonna win, and he has to win them both in a row. 2 more matches to win if he's gonna win, and he has to win them both in a row. 2 more matches to win if he's gonna win, and he has to win them both in a row. 2 more matches to win if he's gonna win, and he has to win them both in a row. 2 more matches to win if he's gonna win, and he has to win them both in a row. 2 more matches to win if he's gonna win, and he has to win them both in a row. 2 more matches to win if he's gonna win, and he has to win them both in a row. 2 more matches to win if he's gonna win, and he has to win them both in a row. 2 more matches to win if he's gonna win, and Looks like we're going to Sunken City. Dwy Guy definitely picking his favorites.
Oh, this will be tough for Zelascelar.
Yeah, but at least this time he can use Ben. I would hazard a guess that he's practiced more with Ben here than anyone else. So they're both coming up on the shortcut. On this track, appears much earlier.
And Zelascelar with a very time-wasting death.
Yeah. Not only taking the about 5 seconds for dying, but also has to kind of navigate not only a slower path, but like a really suboptimal spawn. Oh, Dwy Guy panicking a bit.
I haven't seen many mistakes like this from him. But try not getting nervous in a match like this.
Yeah, I mean, that being said, he is still ahead by, I would guess, a second or so.
Last time I checked, Dwy Guy had the fastest sunken city time of all players in this tournament.
Oh, Dwy Guy
But
dying.
he will not beat it here.
Oh,
This is
man.
a really rough race for both of them.
Yeah. This is really unfortunate to see. Every time Dwy Guy hits something, I'm like, you know, it's a chance for Zelascelar, and then he just dies as well or something. But I mean, they're still pretty close. They're both about a death apart.
If one of them gets a clean shortcut now, it's decided. If one gets it and the other one doesn't.
Yeah, Dwy Guy taking a real save. He makes it though.
Yeah, this should be very difficult for Zelascelar now.
Yeah, there's not a lot of places left.
I think he needs death now. Yeah, fortunately you can get this game much easier now than having to track down the old CD-ROM and somehow make it work on computer.
Yeah. Both very difficult to achieve in their own way. But yeah, if you're gonna buy the game now, Good Old Games is the way to go, I'd say.
421. Twilight takes this race and takes this match.
Not a bad showing.
Hello.
Hello!
Hello. Congratulations, my guy.
Hello.
Thanks.
Oh my god. Nice. Whew.
Yeah, that was crazy. They're all like fairly close.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love the first race. How much was it? Again?
It was pretty close, like 0.3 seconds.
Yeah.
Not just the
0.3.
first one, like at least 3 of them or so.
Yeah, you did really well on was it an Adobe Mountain Run? Yeah, not many people are when I ban Ben there will do that well. Ace did pretty well, but which pod did you use for that?
Which
Adobe
traction?
Mountain Run?
Adobe.
I used. Oh, you said traction. I didn't
Like-
hear you.
I'm sorry, which pod did you use on Adobe Mountain Run?
That was Mars, right?
Yeah, it was Mars.
Yeah, he's got some pretty
I
good
guess.
maneuverability.
Yeah,
Yeah,
because
that
I saw someone using it, and people like threw jokes about Mars, like like they didn't thought it was viable that track. So I did some practice and decided to give it a go.
Yeah,
Yeah, that was actually a really good one because, like, you know, Zelascelar would overtake during the longer section, and then
Mhm.
Dwight would just overtake during the canyon. It was like really back and forth.
Nice, everything for a tight race.
Yeah, that was good.
Okay.
Makes for an exciting race, and I'm so used to Ben on Death Row's Revenge that I just went with Bullseye because I feel like Mars is too big that I always crash with him.
You're really good with Bullseye.
Mm.
Thanks.
Going with some consistency. As long as you don't die over pure speed.
Yeah,
I was a bit surprised not to see balls because it's not like a super technical track, but
that's true. I just haven't practiced Bulls on that.
yeah, that's fair.
It doesn't have the sharpest of turns. I guess there's like an S curve towards the end of the track right before the jump.
Hmm.
And then I'm not used to like doing the long jump on Death Rows either.
Yeah.
Something that surprised me is that Zelascelar didn't permaban one of the Aquilaris tracks.
Yeah, but I did some practice, but here at the end it was all about the nerves, so I crashed at the shortcut every time.
Okay.
But I decided to like practice all tracks. But do I hear bad my favorites?
Oh,
both like
yeah. I may have done a little research beforehand.
crap. Oh
It
man.
paid off apparently.
Yeah, this was
you like the really tricky maps, huh? Like the Grapevine and Abyss.
Oh
Well,
yeah.
he picked Fire Mountain Rally, and that was interesting because I mentioned you were practicing it before.
Yeah, I had a feeling you might choose that one, but it's one that I hardly ever play, and
not at any percent runner.
Nice. Yeah, because I haven't really checked up on NM1, like to see what their favorites are. So I just like practice my own tracks and go for it.
That's a good way to do it. Just do what you're strong at.
Yeah, there's different approaches for matches in racing games like this. Yeah, this was pretty exciting to watch with so many close races.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, I was somewhat happy that you picked Executioner because that's one I was going to pick, but then I ended up like dying every time on that tube and like by one of the rocks.
Yes, sometimes you just died back to back there.
Yeah.
I shat my pants every time I was about to enter it because when I practiced that map on my own, like 50% of the time I just died randomly and didn't know why. I see the people bounce off the wall into the wall, but I never got time to practice that.
Oh wait, I think do you only have one death there, Zelascelar?
I think so. Yeah.
Only that like one death, and we already thought, oh,
No,
this could
there
be
were
tough,
two.
but you didn't die again after that.
Yeah,
You
because
died-
that's when the lag started to drop. Like
Okay.
that was a little minus for me. I was so not used to.
Oh, that's
This
fortunate.
weird.
Then. Yeah.
Yeah, so but it's probably something we can set up. So, but I don't think I would have one anyway. So it was fun.
Yeah,
it
good
was
job,
fun.
guys.
Good matches. Thanks for commentating, guys. Somewhat last minute.
No worries. Thanks for giving us a good show.
Yeah, cheat to you guys.
Yes, nice. Take care, all.
Yes. I'll see you guys next round.
Yeah, thanks everyone for watching. See ya.